We met with representatives from UTrans about their bus stop on Stevens near the Costco and nonprofit site. They want to move it. It's currently on Stevens, and they want to move it to Kenneth Ford to provide more safety for their riders. Getting off on Kenneth Ford is a lot easier than getting off on Stevens with the anticipated increase of traffic with the new improvements up there. That'll probably be near the, if you recall the Costco site plan, there's a fueling station at the northeast corner of the site, and the bus stop will likely be in that vicinity. I met with, a few weeks ago, I met with Rick Wright, who's the president of Market of Choice. Their headquarters are in Eugene. And we talked about the grocery store situation in downtown Roseburg and our desire to locate one. And I showed him the various sites that we're looking at and the redevelopment scenarios that the city might partner in to help bring a store to downtown. And he said that with their market of choice, what they're trying to target, that currently Roseburg as a whole does not fit that demographic. So not just downtown, but the entire area of Roseburg doesn't fit their expansion model. They currently have several locations in Eugene and a couple in Portland, and I think one in Ashland is where they're currently located. He did say that they're looking at a smaller line of stores. They haven't launched it yet, and they don't know, they haven't done all the numbers yet, but they are investigating launching a smaller chain of stores, sort of a smaller version of what you would typically see in a market of choice, not quite as elaborate. They're looking, I think, up in the Portland area for one of those in one of the suburbs. And he said that Roseburg might be a good fit for something like that, but it's in the early stage, and he didn't know if that would really pan out. And additionally, he said that if he were to come to Roseburg with something like that, then he probably wouldn't come downtown with it. He'd look for something with more traffic volume than what downtown offers. He'd look at Stewart Parkway or Garden Valley is what they want to capture. They're, at least again, for their store, they're not interested in the neighborhood concept. They're looking for traffic counts for how many people drive by their store. So in addition to people who actually go there, it's the drive-bys that they're trying to capture as well. One thing that I did not put on here, but I want to bring to your attention, is the Roseburg Book and Stationery is celebrating their 100th anniversary this Saturday, and so if you are interested in going down and celebrating that, they're also celebrating the 95th birthday of Vera Wilson, who's worked there for 70-some years, so quite an accomplishment for Vera and Roseburg Book and Stationery. Your next scheduled meeting is President's Day, and we have no hearing scheduled, so, Mr. Chairman, unless you have something else, we will go ahead and cancel that meeting. Okay. Just to bring your attention of some notable developments that we're currently looking at, we have a preliminary subdivision application for 11 lots up near Troost and Hewwood. We're still processing the application, but once we get there, it'll likely come to the Planning Commission. So,
we had the difficulties before.
Property.
To that property.
Yeah. Substantially west of that subdivision, that PUD.
It's above the rock pile.
Yes.
Beyond.
It's northwest of the rock pile.
And then in Walmart, they're currently switching the McDonald's to a Subway, and so we're looking at the permits for that. I'm sorry?
What Walmart's doing?
Yeah, they have a McDonald's inside the store,
oh.
So they're switching it to a Subway. Yeah. Advisory committees, I mentioned the waterfront plan. The committee is meeting tomorrow, and then there's actually an actual public forum in the evening at the library. So if you've wish to attend, that starts at 6:30. And then, as Marion mentioned, we're still in the process of doing the 138 analysis. That's it. Are there any other questions?
Well, I'd just like to commend you, Brian, and staff for continuing to try to do something about bringing a grocery store back downtown. Yeah. Many of the citizens feel a need for one. I feel a need for one there. I just wish the grocery store chain.
Yeah, it's possible we may not see a well-known chain come here. We have had some conversations even with some local merchants who are already in town about the idea of possibly expanding the connections that they have with food services and maybe even being willing to enter the local vending of groceries in downtown. So there's that possibility as well. So we're looking at some different ideas to help make that happen within the economic development side of things.
I'm glad to hear it.
Still at the same location, or wasn't there some that?
You mean at the Hanson site?
Safeway site.
Oh, well, the Safeway site has a lien on it that won't allow any grocery stores, as well as the Rite Aid we discovered in looking into research. We thought it was just the Safeway site, but it's also the former Rite Aid site that won't allow grocery stores. Now, if that includes a local mom and pop shop that just wants to sell a few things, that would be determined at a later time. I think the intent of the lien is for non-competes, so that there's not a store taking business away from Safeway. And if you just want to, you live downtown, you want to pick up some cheese, that'd be easier to do than go to some of the bigger.
Specialties.
Yeah.